Daily Record has learned that Rangers are at the centre of a US-led takeover bid, which is being backed by the San Francisco 49ers. And obviously, they have huge financial clout. It's a potential game changer. We've talked for a while in the studio about what Rangers need. I've been saying for a while they've actually needed a recalibration, some sort of regime change, something fresh. And the thing is, Daniel, that this isn't early days stuff. The information that I receive, my sources tell me that these talks are now at an advanced stage, and something is potentially imminent. Amazed that it can be this late in the day without it, leaking out from somewhere, but now it has, I guess. It's the potential ramifications for Rangers are massive, and I think it's probably a bit of news that the Rangers supporters have been crying out for. We were talking about a bit of apathy and a bit of, a feeling that the club had lost all sense of direction, was no longer competitive. Well, if this comes to fruition, and I strongly suspect that it's going to, that should give Rangers the shake-up that they need.
Yeah. And then some. Right?
Yeah. So, I mean, it involves, let's get the whole thing straight from the get-go. There is an involvement from the San Francisco 49ers in terms of they are backing this deal.
And just to jump in there, Keith, I'm a novice when it comes to NFL, American football.
Yeah, well, so am I. Actually.
But the 49ers, I mean, that's like
the kind of global brand.
The Man United.
They're huge.
Aye.
They're huge. So let me just read you what I've got here. Crisis hit Rangers at the centre of potentially transformative US-led takeover bid, and a deal which see them bankrolled by the enormous financial muscle of the San Francisco 49ers. The Daily Record has learned top-level discussions over a multi-million-pound investment began before the turn of the year, and they are now believed to be in an advanced stage. If an agreement can be thrashed out, the Irish club stand to benefit from a major cash injection, which would then fund a spending splurge in the summer transfer market. Sources from south of the border have confirmed one of the key men behind the proposals is Leeds United chairman Parag Marath, the man in charge of the NFL Giants investment arm 49ers Enterprises. And this is where the 49ers come in.
Yeah.
I believe that this has been put forward perhaps by, I'm not saying that the 49ers are in the driving seat here, they might be in the passenger seat. This is, the information is coming to us, we're working on this is legitimately a breaking story. But the information we have at this minute in time is an American consortium which will include at least one other high net worth individual who may have been driving these talks, but it's certainly with the backing and the knowledge of the 49ers. And listen, it is what it is. It's potentially huge.
Yeah. And just to emphasise, you said this yourself a moment ago, but this isn't just interest. This is talks at an advanced stage.
Yeah. I believe it stretches way back into, towards the end of last year. So you're potentially talking now, I don't know, about 4 months worth of talks, negotiations behind the scenes that this has been going on. So it's not just something that's just come to light or somebody that's just come to the table and expressed an interest. This has been detailed.
Yeah.
There have been a lot of discussions on this one. And it's getting to the point now that, there could be something very, very shortly. I would expect a statement of some sort to at least confirm that some sort of talks, offer, or potential deal is being formulated.
Yeah, some sort of action.
Look, with these things, you never know if they're going to get over the line or not. There was previously American interest in Rangers, and that kind of faded away, but it never got to this stage. Not even remotely close to this stage, which is an indicator for where this is standing right now, and its potential.
Aye, it could be absolutely huge. And I should say, if you're watching at home, please get in touch if you've got any questions about this. One of the questions that I have, Keith, just off the top of my head, is that there was a little bit of Rangers news aside from this today. The 18 million shares that have been issued.
That's got nothing to do with this.
Aye, okay.
I saw that this morning, but that was something that was approved at the AGM it was just a short-term kind of fundraiser involving the current shareholders. It's nothing to do...
Completely independent of this.
Completely, you can't conflate the two. So I think, I think it was wrongly reported as well that Rangers had raised £18 million out of it. I don't think that was the case at all. I think it was 18 million shares
conflated
that sold at 20 pence.
Yeah.
So it was 3.6. And I think what that is remember back in the day when Rangers used to go to a place called Takeover with disastrous ramifications. And it was to get enough money to get through operationally until the end of the season, because before you could renew season tickets. I think that's largely what that was, and a conversion of some loans into equity. So that's nothing to do with that. This is a completely fresh thing. And it's really interesting because obviously Parag Marath, he's been in at Leeds, and now this is what's going to be fascinating. When the 49ers through Marath went into Leeds United, it was a gradual kind of takeover. I think initially they went in with a 15% stake. I think over a year or so they increased that to 44%, and then in the summer of 2023 they bought it all out, 100% of the club. And Leeds were obviously going down, I think, at the time when we became initially involved. But since 2023, Leeds are a club on the up. They're sitting currently, they beat Sunderland on Monday night. They're in the driving seat now for promotion back into the English Premier League. And they've got an interesting player trading model. I think they've raised something like £150 million from sales over the last year or so. I think the 49ers were criticised by some fans for that because they felt they were cashing in their chips and kind of sacrificing any chance of promotion this season. But it seems to have gone quite well so far. There is another kind of spin-off for this, which I think Leeds benefit from, which is that the 49ers have, as you could well imagine, really advanced sort of player recruitment, the stuff, the Tony Bloom stuff. Well, the 49ers are kind of leading the market in that in America. I think Leeds have plugged into that sort of player recruitment technology, data-driven stuff, and it's working for them. And you look at Rangers and they do feel dated and they feel stale, and something like this, could be transformative for them. So, yeah, it's going to be really interesting. I think the next few days are going to be really interesting. There's more to find out, lots more to find out. As I said, this is breaking for us. We can only go with what's in front of us right now. But the information that we're talking about right now is 100% correct. And where it goes from here, well, I can't predict the future, but I think it's going to be fascinating in terms of finding out, well, who else might be involved in this.